That was when I received a message from Dave, and he was like, he wants us to continue the relationship. Most of you will say I'm foolish, right? For accepting. Yes, I did. I accepted. And what was my motive behind that? It was to destroy my sister's marriage.
Story time, Kenny's got a tale. Real life stories inspiring without fail. Laveritatv, where truth is told. Tune in, be inspired, your story unfolds.
Hello and welcome to another beautiful moment on Storytime with Kenny. I am your host, Kende Muhammad. But before we begin the narration of today's story, let's go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
This November, greatness takes the field. Welcome to the AKF Football Tournament Season 1, where passion meets purpose and talent meets opportunity. From every corner, champions will rise. Only one team will take home the ultimate prize of 1 million naira cash. Think you've got what it takes? Step onto the pitch in Kaduna State this November 2026 and show the world what you are made of. This is more than football. It's a movement powered by the Adekunle Komolafe Foundation in partnership with Laveritatv production, giving hope, creating impact, and changing lives. Register now and be part of something big. Support the dream. Donate just 30,000 naira as your participation fee. Hurry, as registration closes on 31st of August 2026. AKF Football Tournament, where legends are born and destinies are fulfilled. Are you ready to play?
Welcome back. First of all, before we begin the narration of today's story, I would like to appreciate all our viewers and listeners out there. You all have been an amazing participant to the journey of Storytime with Kenny. And here's the narration of today's story. My name is Joy, a 35 years old lady. Most of the times people will say, parents, treat your kids equal. But I don't know why my parents, should I say my story is actually different from a normal child. As the first daughter in the family, I believe, okay, everything should be perfect, okay, be treated nice, but it has always been that my parents tend to favor my younger one. I'm here to tell you the story of my life, the story of love, betrayal, and sacrifice. And I'm not telling you this because I regret my actions, no. I'm only telling the whole world to know the kind of family I came from. One of those nights where, like a young lady, you'll be online and chat. I received a text message from a guy named Dave on the normal hello. And he has been my friend on my timeline, but we've never for once chatted, not until that night he sent me a message. And I was like, okay, since I'm bored, let me just reply his messages, even though, unlike me, I usually avoid messages from strangers. But that night, I just, okay, since I'm bored, let me reply his chat. And as usual, I replied him. As I was telling our story, oh, how are you? And everything became fine. And days turned into weeks into months. And along the line, we became fond of each other. Like we were always anticipating from chats from each other. Everything was fine, everything was beautiful. I was like, okay, since I was not in a relationship, I finally got a partner, even though he hasn't asked me out. But as a lady, now a single lady, I was already developing online feelings for this guy. And mind you, he was not based in Nigeria, he was based abroad. Everything was beautiful, everything was fine, the friendship and everything. And One day, the question I've been waiting for, he popped it out. What is it? He wanted us to take the relationship, the friendship to the next step. And what is that? He wants me to be his girlfriend. Not just his girlfriend, his soon-to-be wife. He said he was not here to joke. Okay, I was happy because I was actually waiting for that question for a very long time, ever since we started chatting. And most nights we would always be online, we would chat, he would call me, and everything was so beautiful. It was a perfect relationship. And along the line, one of those holidays, I was on a video call with him, and my younger sister came for holiday because she was in school. And she said, "Oh, sister, please let me talk to him tonight." And from there, they spoke and they did everything. Okay, how are you doing? How is school? And he even promised to send her something the next day, which he later did. And from there, it was like, okay, there's nothing bad in having your sister's contacts. I was like, no problem now. She's my sister, and she's not a friend. She's a sister, and she will never betray me. I shared their contacts. And everything was moving fine. My family knew about this relationship, my mom, my dad. It was beautiful. But what happened next? Along the line, the man I fell in love with started giving me attitude. And what is that attitude? Our late night calls that could go on for hours now became something I was always hoping and praying it happens. Because he started withdrawing back from me, doesn't have my time, he's always busy, stressed from work, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that. He always has every excuse to give on every single action. But I didn't really see a big deal out of it. Not until one day he called me while I was at work and he was like, "Can we talk later in the day?" I said, "No problem." I was like, "Okay, no big deal now." And he told me this our relationship is actually coming to an end. I was like, "What?" "Yes." Anyways, you can only force us to the river, but you can't force it to drink water. So after he told me that, okay, he has to end the relationship, I had to let go. Even though I told him, is it that I offended him or anything? He said no. But he just felt he doesn't have that feelings for me. No problem. And we broke up. Everybody moved on. Our chat stopped and everything. No calls, nothing. So after like 5 months after we broke up, one day my sister just came. Okay, she would be bringing our husband to come and see us at home. We were all joyed. Everybody was happy. And despite my younger sister getting married before me, I didn't really see a big deal out of it. It's a blessing. And who knows, maybe our own blessing could open door for mine. And on the said date, on a Sunday, lo and behold, the said husband came. And guess who? It was the same guy that left me and he went for my younger sister. I never knew that exchange of contacts led to something. And my mom had to take me aside and she was like, he didn't find love in you and he found love with your sister from a mother. And at that moment, I told her the marriage cannot work. But she told me there's nothing I can do about it because this marriage is going to work. No problem. Everything went fine, introduced, and when it was time for the wedding, I even bought the anko as per family because I didn't want to be the barrier in that wedding. I bought the anko and the wedding was a talk of town. It was big, it was large. 2 months after the wedding, that was when I received a message from Dave. And he was like, he wants us to continue the relationship. Most of you will say I'm foolish, right? For accepting. Yes, I did. I accepted. And what was my motive behind that? It was to destroy my sister's marriage. Since she destroyed my relationship, I am bent on destroying this marriage. Anyways, for the couple of months we've been talking and I've forgiven him, we've met severally in the hotel and we've had sex as usual like adults. Even though I'm actually sharing this story because I am not willing to stop. In fact, I have to end the marriage. That's when my parents will be like, oh, I know if this word gets out, my parents will be disappointed, but I really don't care. If my parents were actually cool with my younger sister, my mom kept mentioning something. She said, after all, it did not sleep with you. Okay, it did not sleep with me. Fine. And now I am actually sleeping with him. And this marriage will come to an end. Anyways, everybody thought I've forgiven and I have moved on. But no, I am not moving on. I am not sharing this story to gain sympathy. No. I am actually posting this story to just clear my thoughts and clear my mind. But I really don't know. Maybe, just maybe, I might actually change my mind. Maybe someone out there might have actually faced the same situation. How are you able to overcome? Because at this moment, my spirit is bittered and I was betrayed. Despite all the sacrifices I've done for my younger sister. If it had actually been a friend who had actually betrayed me, I would have said, okay, it's no big deal, but from a sister. I'll be in the comment section waiting for your opinions, your suggestion on this story. I don't know if there's someone out there who wants to share his or her life events on matters like this. And if you would like your stories to be shared, you can send an email to contact@laveritatv.productions.com. And for sponsorship and advert placement, you can visit our website at www.laveritatv.productions.com. And for our hotels and hospitality management, you can also visit our website at www.laveritatv.com. And as we've come to the end of today's story, I remain your host for the segment, Kehinde Mohammed. See you next time when I bring more amazing and intriguing true life story your way. And from we in the studio, we say,
The drive to overcome, to rise above. Story time with Kenny, a story of hope. Laveritatv, where stories come alive. Kenny's story, a testament to the power of the drive. To overcome, to rise above. Story time with Kenny, a story of hope.